Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Renee. I must admit a few things before we get into Q&A and assumptions about me. I got this, I'll link her channel below, Stephanie Ledda, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. Totally eating ice cream. I have a craving right now and I need to satisfy it. But anyways, so she was wearing this shirt and I saw she got it at Target, so that should explain that. But since I can't, unfortunately, I'm not talented enough to eat ice cream and talk and film, so welcome to my channel and I'll be right back. Okay, so I still have the same problem that I had the last time I tried to or attempted to film this video. I see what she means now about the straps. Like, okay, anyways, so it's always that feeling of, do I have something stuck on my teeth? Are people gonna point it out? Am I gonna have a meme made out of me with lipstick on my teeth? So, of course, I am filming on my phone. I was gonna film this on my camera. I have a Canon that I use to take all my Instagram pictures with and all my fashion shots and everything. By the way, Seattle, MUA Renee. I'll link my Instagram below down there for you, or over there, or up there. And you should definitely follow me there. But I'm going to have to kind of wing this, as in I have memorized a lot of your guys' questions and your assumptions about me. Honestly, when I initially asked everyone on Instagram, I want to do an assumptions about me video, I was thinking the absolute worst. I was thinking haters were gonna come just flocking to my Instagram and with these wild things. And the first time I sat down to film this, I didn't even have enough to go on. It just, like, trust me, you guys, like, I love and I live for your comments and your love. I wanted some kind of juicy, almost like halfway embarrassing things that would be embarrassing to discuss. And, but I'm gonna kind of go on a tangent and address and answer some questions that throughout the years I have seen people ask multiple times, my haters, by the way. And then I'm also going to just be generally talking to you guys, answering your questions and your assumptions about me. So let's just get on with it. So, am I a stripper or have I been? No. Can't say that that has ever been my profession. No judgment, just not for me, not my thing. I did promote liquor. I was a promo girl when I was younger. So, but you know, we just wore like cute little halter tops and jeans. So yeah, and just at local bars. I know that a lot of people assume that I am rich. And, you know, I mean, you totally can't even see that drawer open. But I mean, you can look around, you can see that I have a lot of makeup. But honestly, like, if you saw the rest of my house, it's so crazy to me, I guess, that people I have a lot of makeup to mean I have money, because makeup, first of all, isn't that expensive. I don't have a bunch of Ferraris in here. So for me and in my brain, I'm just like, how can people even think that that means that I have money because I have makeup? But to answer a lot of your guys' questions, you know, of course, I'm not gonna like go super into detail and tell you everything about my financial situation, because there is a small little thin little line that I just don't feel comfortable crossing and discussing. And frankly, I love doing these videos, but there's a line, and I have a line, and you're not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna show you my bank statements. How about that? It's just that easy. But I can guarantee you that most Americans on a monthly basis get way more than I do, and it's just that for the last like 7, 8 years, I think I started my Instagram when about 6 or 7 years ago, and that was before the algorithm. So it was at a good time. I had some content that did really well, and I just kind of skyrocketed. It's not doing that anymore, unfortunately, but I'm still here, and it kind of push me to do YouTube a little bit more. But so the makeup that I have and everything, 7, 8 years to collect this. It's not like I just went out and bought all of this at one time, or even in the last year. Yes, I know it's makeup, and I know makeup expires. I know that it's probably impossible to use all of this before it expires, but this is my passion. It's been my passion for this amount of time. So, you know, and I don't have any children. I'm not married. I don't have a whole lot of things on a monthly basis to pay for besides like normal bills like electricity and stuff, and my car and rent. Other than that, I choose to spend, like lots of people, go out all the time. They go out to dinner, they go out to clubs, they, might do hobbies, they might go snowboarding. That's freaking expensive to do that kind of stuff. And since I don't do that stuff as much or barely at all, then it allows me to, whatever extra money I get in the month, I strictly just devote it to makeup. And I honestly just buy a few things with the small amount of money that I have that comes in at a specific dollar amount. I have a budget, and that is my makeup budget that I either allow for makeup or fashion. So it's just, everything is not what it seems. And I just want to put it out there that, this isn't something, anything worthwhile takes a lot of hard work and patience. And this didn't happen overnight. And, those of you that support me and watch my videos, it's not just because all of a sudden I turned on the camera and had subscribers. So, my whole point is just work hard, and it will eventually pay off. You'll eventually see, like if you buy a few things a month, within a year, you'll realize, wow, like I have a small little collection now. So yeah, that answers that question. I know a lot of you guys wanted to know, if I want to get married and have kids. And to be quite honest, I struggle with that a lot in my personal life. I've been engaged twice. So the first time, and I'm not going to mention anyone's names, and I don't even want to get into too many details because, that's personal, and I do, definitely respect my first ex-fiance. That sounds really bad. But yeah, the first one, I will just say that we probably would be married, and I'd probably have kids right now. And that's hard to say and that's hard to admit. But the truth of the matter was that he is a drug addict, and I thought he had stopped and he hadn't. It's just as easy as that. So I had to make the decision, and I just couldn't live my life that way. My dad, my biological father, was an alcoholic. So as a young girl, I kind of saw what that did to my childhood and how it affected me. And I just didn't want that to be a repeat of my life. So, yeah. And then number 2 was he's just not even worth mentioning. It was bad. And I'm glad that it was so short and that nothing really more detrimental happened, because it was bad. But I do want marriage and kids. It hasn't happened. I'm not actively like looking for someone. I, have some maybe potential people in my head at times, but only time will tell. I am in my 30s, so there's that. I have that little, as a woman, biological ticking thing. Speaking of being a woman, one thing that people used to always ask me on Instagram, that still to this day, I don't get it as much as I used to. I think it might be the lip filler, and maybe I don't contour like as much. I'm very European. I'm a European mutt. You name a country in Europe and I probably have it in my ancestry. But so I have really strong cheekbones, and I used to just really contour, and now I just kind of like bronze them up a little bit. By the way, this look will be on Instagram. And so I used to get all the time people thinking that I was a man and asking, I don't know what, I think since I joined YouTube, I feel like people hate me less, to put it lightly. But I think that it's also easier to hate on someone on Instagram because you're just judging them by pixels in a picture, and you don't get to hear their voice. You don't get to hear how they're saying and conveying the message. So it's really easy to get the wrong impression. But with YouTube, it's a little bit harder. But I am definitely a woman. And I could prove it, but I'm pretty sure I would get kicked off YouTube for that. So, yeah. I know that a few of the questions were my favorite brands, and if I had to pick one brand for the rest of my life to use, what would it be? And I'm gonna have to go with MAC Cosmetics. If that surprises any of you, then you don't know me. You don't know me. But I feel like they have everything, and I already love all their stuff anyways, and I know what color I am, and I just know their products really well, and they have everything within their line. So I would definitely, if I had to choose just one brand, I would go with MAC. I know that one of the questions was why or what makes me love Tupac. For those of you who don't know, and again, if you don't know that Tupac, just he's my love. So this is gonna maybe sound a little crazy, but I feel like I can relate to him in a lot of ways. I feel like he was so real and he was so raw, and everything he said and did was with so much passion and was so much he just was who he was. And he didn't give a shit if people liked him or not. And he had a beautiful mind. And I just, I can relate to a lot about him and a lot that he struggled with. Obviously, not the obvious things, but the childhood, the misjudgments, the people labeling you as something that you're not, and people thinking that they know something about you that just isn't true. So he just, I don't know, to this day, I get so happy when I find something new, or when I find a new documentary or new anything about him. There's something about him that I just have so much love for. I know that someone wanted to know if I've ever said something online that I regret, and I don't regret it to this day. But as you guys know, I love music. I love hip hop, R&B. I love country and rap and rock, and basically love everything except for heavy metal. Just no headbanging, not here. But where was I going with this? The Tupac music. See, this is why I should have written some things down, but I'm going off my brain, and my brain is right now. Okay, Tupac. Something I have done within social media that was embarrassing to me, that I regret. I don't regret it. And I don't get that embarrassed very easily. It takes a lot to piss me off and to embarrass me. But I remember the day that I said in my Instagram stories that I am a fan of Chris Brown's music. Did you see that? Music. That does not mean that I support men beating women. And also, it's not okay for women to beat men either. That's all I'm going to say about that subject. But yes, that was probably a time where, I felt so misjudged. And I've also had people come after me about cruelty free, and there's cruelty free, and then there's the leaping bunny standard. So there's a step beyond that. But and I was trying to learn that, and someone was very, very heated with me and got very disappointed in me as a person because they supported me, and then I guess that made them not want to support me anymore. So, that's fine. I can't please everyone. It's just impossible. So when you're on social media like this, and when you're making content and you're putting it up publicly for everyone to see, you've got to remember that not everyone is going to perceive it in the same light. And one other thing that I want to say really quick, the community, the makeup community, how this whole thing about beauty gurus and beauty influencers, the whole makeup community is toxic. I've been watching some of these apology videos and these, what happened to YouTube to where we're not just talking about our favorite products, or we're not having a video like this even where we can sit down and talk about what my most embarrassing moment was, or get to know you, or here, let me tell you that this is my favorite drugstore bronzer. That's true, by the way, true statement. And I just don't understand why and how there is so much of it. It's like, do I need to start doing that? Because my YouTube isn't really taking off, and it's discouraging in the sense of I spend a lot of time, you know, not just doing my makeup, but I spend a lot of time on these videos and editing them and putting them up and everything, and on top of doing Instagram and makeup looks and product shots and just everything that I do. And with YouTube, I have been struggling within the last few weeks. Like I was doing really good, and then it got difficult because I feel like I'm putting up this content and I'm proud of my content that I put up, and I love putting it up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going anywhere and I'm not stopping, but it's just discouraging when you don't get that many views, because it's like, did I not upload it correctly? So any of you guys that have been doing YouTube for any length of time, if you have any tips or tricks for me, and or you notice something that I could be doing better, please let me know. I am all ears for feedback. And so yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I know this wasn't as juicy and as everything as we wanted it to be, but hey, it's a video, right? I'll have this look up soon, and this is all for my next giveaway. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, because you will need to be supporting me. I don't send out a bunch of shit to people who don't like me. But there's a lot of goodies in there. So just make sure to subscribe, keep notifications on. I'll leave all my social media handles down below. And thank you guys for watching. I love you. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Some shit is reopening, and now we had a spike in cases. So I believe we're closing things back down again. So I guess the only good news there is I'm going to have more time to focus on content for you guys. So I love you and have a good day.